This root over rock Japanese maple had its first round of new shoot shortening done about 2 weeks ago. The longest and strongest shoots were shortened. Now the rest of the tree has started to catch up with it, and we will perform another round of new shoot shortening back to one set of leaves. Also, any shoots that have a long internode between the base of the branch and the first set of the leaves will be cut back to the base of the branch. This is a technique we did not cover last year. On this branch here, Metsumi was performed about 2 weeks ago at this point. However, because the flesh was so strong, the first node is here, which is no good. That means if we don't mess with this whole length is going to be a branch in the future. So we cut back, leaving about 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters of stem before the junction of last year's growth and this year's growth. There is no bud to be seen here right now, but new buds will initiate here either this year or next year. Here's another shoot. The first node is here. This is way too long, especially for the apex of this tree. So we cut that off. Now the next flush of growth is going to be shorter and emerge here, in line with the rest of the silhouette. Looking at the basal foliage here, all of these petioles are very long and unsightly. Now, you might think to cut them off, but the next step in the process is to remove one of these 2 leaves, just like we talked about last year. The whole tree is more open now, and after 2 more stages of defoliation, being removing a single leaf of a set, as well as cutting the leaves in half, basically removing 50 to 75% of the actual foliar surface, this tree is going to be extremely open. This is the tree after the second round of new shoot pruning. Here we have an Ilex serrata, or winterberry. This tree has a very weak bottom half and a very strong top half. We're going to balance it by shortening the shoots on the top half back to 2 to 3 leaves so that the top half decreases in vigor and the bottom half receives more sunlight. This shoot here is growing out of the left front of the tree. In order to increase the balance of the tree and make it more aesthetically pleasing, we will cut it back to the second leaf here. Note that it is coming out parallel to the ground. If the bud was facing upwards, the new shoot would likely grow straight up. If that leaf was facing with a bud downwards, it would likely grow straight down. This is a long shoot coming out of the base at the front of the tree. The first 3 leaves are here. However, this leaf here, the third leaf, is growing straight up. You don't want that. You want a leaf growing down and out. Now that the shortening of the shoots around the apex of this tree is completed, you can see that the top is still quite full and that the shoots appear to be a bit long. It is important to note on Ilex serrata bonsai that what you are going for is a berry showcase. The outer silhouette of the tree is full of berries. So the actual shoot length is not important because once the leaves fall off, you're looking at a framework of twigs and berries, not leaves. This trident maple here is a real problem child of a tree. We purchased it at the Coca Fruit Tin this year, which is 2012, without any foliage on it. As the foliage emerged on this tree, we realized that the bottom 2/3 of this tree was too weak and the top third was entirely too strong. likely due to poor maintenance practices in the previous years. In order to fix this issue with this tree, we're going to not touch the bottom 2/3 of this tree, and we are going to wire these soft new shoots to increase the ramification of the tree and do an almost full defoliation of the top third of this tree. That way we're going to bring it back into balance, weakening the strong stuff and strengthening the weak stuff. There is not really a single silver bullet strategy for the maintenance of trident maple. You have to take into consideration the type of foliage that the tree has, the vigor of the tree, if it was repotted this year or not. And there are many factors. So sometimes you just perform regular shoot shortening where you remove all of the new growth and keep one set of leaves. Other times, two sets of leaves emerge very close together and you need to remove the two larger leaves of the set of four. Any foliage that is entirely too strong will be removed. However, these new leaves here will be kept. All of the new shoots will be cut back to one set of new buds. In another instance, you may have 8 leaves coming from the same point, and the best course of action is to remove all of them, leaving only a stub with some latent buds. This section here has not been touched yet. This section of the apex has either been fully defoliated, one set of leaves has been removed, or just regular Metsumi where the shoot is shortened to one set of leaves. The top has now been thinned. The middle layer has had all of the new shoots shortened back to one set. And this lower third has not been touched at all. It will be wired later. This will set the tree back on the right track to proper balance.